Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I did want to listen to some music. I'm going to listen to this jazz album. Excuse me, real quick, while I pick the song. I don't know why I was about to say plick. While I pick the song, okay? This is the album I'm listening to. I posted this on my community tab. So this album is so beautiful. It's like a jazz album, but there's like meditation vibes with it. That's what I really like about it. But today's topic is leaders versus followers. So, when you are a very powerful person, when you are a leader, most of the times you're going to stand alone. Okay. You're going to be what we call a loner or a popular loner. Okay. I consider myself to be a popular loner. I don't really surround myself with a lot of people. I am more introverted. So, I just prefer to be reserved. That's me. That's how I protect and ground my energy. And that's just how I keep myself feeling good, because energies are contagious, and when you're surrounding yourself with people who don't operate from a high vibrational energy and people who primarily operate from low vibrations, that's going to pull your energy down. So I've dealt with that and I've learned from it, so that's why I keep such a small circle. But usually when you're a powerful person, and it's not even being arrogant or bragging, that's not what this is about. This is about energy. When you have a very powerful energy, a very powerful soul, you're going to trigger people. You're going to trigger people's demons. When you're a leader, you're going to trigger the followers, okay? That's very true. And what those followers are going to do, they're going to get together in groups because they want to feel powerful too. Let me run it back. They're going to get together in groups because they want to feel powerful too. You can stand alone. You're the type of person, if you're watching this, like you can go places by yourself, go eat by yourself, go to the movies by yourself, go shopping by yourself. Like you're content with self. Okay. And it shows how much, you love yourself and how much you know yourself. There are certain people who can never be alone. Every time you see them, they got to have somebody with them. Those are usually the following types. And this dynamic is something that unfortunately never stops, okay? Especially if you're somebody who is powerful and you just get, you reach all these new levels. You know what they say, new levels equal new devils. So it's always going to be people new, that are a follower, okay, and that are in these groups. Like I know from experience, let me make this much more simplified. So it's like the higher you go in life, the more people will come against you, especially when you're a leader. Okay. Think about the leaders that we've had. People came against them. Martin Luther King, somebody came against him. Malcolm X, somebody came against him. Like, a very powerful person, when you're a leader, you're going to have people, followers, come after you because they're threatened by that power. But you can't let those people get you down. You can't let those people dictate who you are. And you can't let those people scare you from your power. If you're a powerful person, you came here with the mission, you came here with the light. Allow yourself to execute those plans the Spirit had for you, that God had for you. Don't get caught up in what people think in groups, because I promise you, those people in those groups, those followers in those groups that are hating, that are envious, that are jealous, those are the main people who are unhappy. Those are the main people that are miserable. Okay. Those are the main people. Even in the group, they don't even like each other. So don't even feel a way about them not liking you, because they don't even like themselves. And most importantly, they don't even like each other. They just bond over not liking you. Okay. So I don't know who I'm speaking to today or who needs to hear this, but understand that there's nothing wrong with you having power. Okay. There's nothing wrong with you having this beautiful light, because really that's all it is. A lot of our good leaders have had these really bright lights, and they've had great influences on people. You have a great influence on people. You help people, you change people. And guess what? Lower vibrational entities and people don't like that, because they don't want people to grow. They don't want people to change. Some people, like, believe this or not, some people love to be on a low vibration. Like, some people love to be negative. They like it. It's an addiction to them, and sometimes you being a positive person, somebody who's righteous, somebody who's trying to like better their life, people will get mad at that, because you're triggering their demons, because they themselves can't be that introspective and that honest with themselves. So they have to fit in groups to have some type of identity. You don't have to be in a group to have an identity. You're content with yourself. And this is something that followers will never understand. So When you're a leader, continue to be a leader, because spirit is going to put you in different seasons of your life where you have to lead. And sometimes it's going to feel weird because you may not even see yourself in this leadership role because of how people treat you, but that doesn't mean you're not a leader. That doesn't mean you're not a powerful person, okay? Let them be followers, let them stay in those groups, because it's all going to crash down. People who spend their life gossiping and trying to bring other people down, eventually, they fall. You know how they say pride always goeth before the fall? Like, yeah, that's very true. And I'm just making this video for those people who have these powerful lights, but they're afraid of it because of other people. Don't worry about them, because whether or not you own your light, people are still, these followers, they're still going to treat you a certain way because they know deep down that you're a leader. Your soul screams that. Your energy screams that. Your aura screams that. So no matter how much you try to dim your light, it's always going to be there. Like if you, for example, like if you get a flashlight, right, and you cover the top of a flashlight, even though the light is not going to be shining fully, you're still going to be able to see that light, right? So the same thing applies to you. Stay in that leadership role. And being a leader can mean different things. You don't have to be a dictator to be a leader. You don't have to be rude or tough or aggressive to be a leader. Sometimes the best leaders are the people who are kind, are sweet, and are leading by example. We don't need aggressive leaders. We've just been taught that because of history and patriarchy, which is a topic for another day. But anyways, to all my leaders out there, continue being a light in other people's lives and also your own. Don't allow people to make you afraid of that. And allow them to be followers. Like, don't put so much of your energy into trying to understand why this dynamic plays out. It's literally a spiritual dynamic playing out. It's just everything happens in the spirit. I'm trying to break this down more simply. Everything happens in the spirit. So that's why certain things come out in our lives, because it's already taken place spiritually. You know how they say as above, so below? Like, that's what it is. So don't even take it personal, like, oh, these people are coming for me. It's not even people, it's just energies. Anybody that tries to bring change, you're going to be met with darkness. Like, think about it. Think about when you've watched, like, for example, Teen Titans or those, superhero shows, Batman, Spider-Man. Usually somebody's trying to do something good, keep the city safe, or just protect the civilians. And it's always a person trying to mess it up. Like, for example, think of like Word Girl. It's always somebody trying to mess up something that's, already like structured, right? Something that's good for other people. So that's how the dynamic is in real life. We see that, in TV and movies and video games, but that dynamic takes place. And usually, when there's a villain, there's a group of them, followers, right? That's what that is. So don't allow these people to trick you out of your position. You don't have to make sense to them. I wouldn't even take anything that these people, excuse me, do or say personal, because I'm sorry, y'all just got done eating. But I wouldn't take anything that they do or say personal, because I promise you these people are not in good places, and they're digging themselves into deeper holes by trying to come for you. So I know it can be hurtful when people try to come for you and you don't even know these people. Like, a lot of the times when you carry such a powerful light, such a powerful energy, and just being a powerful person overall, you're going to have people who you don't even know that don't like you, that have a problem with you, because you're triggering those demons. And that's why they get together in groups, because they think that they can defeat you, but they can't. Light drives out darkness. So regardless, you're going to win. But you also have to have a strong mindset when dealing with these kinds of people, okay? Sometimes it's a mind over emotion thing. I know, like I said, it is hurtful when people you don't know have a problem with you, and they're like so like viscerally angry and saying all these things about you. It's because your light is triggering those demons, okay? And they don't want to feel exposed. They don't want to feel seen, so they lash out. And that's why it's important that you don't personalize that and internalize it, because I promise you it has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. Continue to shine your light. And yes, some people are going to be triggered. Yes, some people are going to hate, some people are going to be followers, but don't let that stop you from having a beautiful life. Don't let that stop you from living a beautiful life, because that dynamic will play out. If you even think about religions, it's the same way. It's this good and evil, this dynamic. And it's the same thing with leaders and followers, you know? And I'm not saying that all followers are bad. I'm just saying, like, in this context, when we refer to a leader and a follower, we're usually referring to, somebody who's on their own path versus somebody who's trying to follow what the group says, right? So you're going to have those kinds of people. And the best thing that you can do is just continue to block those people out. They don't exist. That's one thing I tell myself when dealing with people like that. You don't exist, because if you're not in my reality, if I'm not observing you, technically you don't exist. Okay. So for all my leaders out there, whatever you do, whether you have a platform, whether you like to make music, whether you like to teach, whether you like to sell clothing, like whatever you do where you're helping other people elevate, continue to do that. Okay, regardless. Okay, because you're here for a reason, and you were put in that leadership position for a reason. Okay? Peace.